Hi, my name is Aaron Lau. I am the owner of a company called Lau Lau Woodworks, and what we primarily do is we make wood pens with inlays. But right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate how to make a basic pen using a lathe and so forth. Okay, so what we first do is we cut the wood and we mill it so that we form square blocks like this. This is coil wood. And then we get the kit, the pen kit, and we get the brass tubes. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to measure the brass tubes by putting the brass tube on like this and just marking it with a pencil. Okay. Then we're going to get a miter saw. I'm going to cut on the line. That's the first part. Then we do the same thing for the next. Just mark it. And cut. Okay, so we got the two halves of the pencil. Go. Okay, now we're at a drill press. This basically is a machine, stationary machine, that drills down into the, drills a hole into the pieces of wood. You notice in these kits you have two different diameters, so we need two different size drill bits. Okay. Okay. So now you here it's mounted in what's called, they call it a pen vise. It's a jig made specifically for pens, and it basically just clamps the piece of wood down in here. After I install the drill bit, press the start button, and I slowly drill and then clear out the drill bit. And you got to make sure that you center the hole correctly.
1.
Then I just change the bit again for the next. Okay, so that's the next hole. Okay, so after we drilled our holes over here, we've got the brass tubes. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to sand the brass tubes so that it's not so slippery. Take some of that gloss off. And then we're going to get glue. Put the glue inside, and then insert the brass tube. Same for the next one. That's it. Okay, so after we've let the glue dry for the brass tubes are inside the pieces of wood and they're dry. What we're going to do is we have to trim this area, trim the excess wood off. Okay, so we're going to use what's called barrel trimmers for this. It's really easy. You got blades over here, and it's just a little metal piece right here. You can use a drill press for this, but this is a lot faster. So just get a drill. Flip it over. So that the brass ring is semi-showing. Get the next one. So now all the sides are even up, and they should be nice and smooth. Alright, so we're coming close to the final steps. What we're going to be doing now is, after you trued up the ends, you're going to be putting the pieces of wood on what's called a mandrel. Okay? And then you're going to be using spacers like this, or bushings. Like this. There we go. Washer and nut. Put the washer on, put the nut on. Alright. And then this is what's called a lathe. Okay? This is a mini lathe. You're going to put the mandrel inside the lathe like this. This is the headstock, this is the tailstock. You're going to put the tailstock up on here, tighten it. Okay. You're going to put the tool rest and the banjo close to the pen legs. Right. And always turn it to make sure that it doesn't hit this. Okay, and now what we're going to do is turn it on, make sure you got speed, and your tool is sharp. Your tool has to always be sharp.